Put the stand behind you.
Oh my god.
That works. All right. As you said, it's my first time up here, so bear with me. This will be probably as painful for me as it will be for you. That much I can promise. All right. Little about me. I like sports, and by that I mean I like football because that's really the only thing that I actually consider a sport. Are there any Raiders fans out there? Yeah. One person is willing to admit it. All right, cool. I'm a Niners fan. So I live in mortal fear of you Raiders fans. You people are scary. I have a fun story about one of the few times I've ever been to a Raiders game, though. Back when I was a kid, just a little kid, about knee-high to a duck, if you will, my dad, he decides he's going to take me to a Raiders game. Why? Because, well, they were a lot cheaper than 49ers games. Now, I've got this Steve Young jersey that I loved as a kid, and I'm like, Dad, can I wear my Steve Young jersey? I love this thing. And he's like, no, you are not getting into that stadium wearing a Steve Young jersey. And I'm like, Dad, why not? And he's like, fuck it, you'll find out. Anyways, we get to the stadium, and they're playing the Dolphins. Dolphins not the best team in the world, but they're beating the Raiders like an Irish wife. I mean, the score was horrible. It was awful. But we sit down. 2 rows ahead of us, there was another father and his son. But they made mistake number 1. They're both wearing Dan Marino jerseys. Yeah, probably not the best choice. But mistake number 2, every time the Dolphins were scoring, they would just jump up and be like, yes, go Dolphins! The little kid has his cotton candy in his hand, and he's just like, yay! That was mistake number 2. Enter the Raiders fan. Now, this big, burly, probably ex-prison inmate with shoulder pads with spikes coming out of them, he walks over, and now he doesn't say anything to the dad. He doesn't go, hey, what the fuck, or why the fuck you cheering for the Dolphins? No, he lets his fist talk for him. He comes over and starts beating the living shit out of his dad in front of his small child. Now the dad's getting the life pummeled out of him, and this kid is standing there with his half-eaten cotton candy, and he's like, Daddy, no! Meanwhile, 2 rows back, me and my dad are watching this travesty. Not gonna help. But my dad looks over to me, and in between sips of beer, he's like, see, boy, that's why I wouldn't let you wear the Young jersey. Anyways, more about me. I used to be in the Army, recently got out, and it's kind of a mixed bag. There's some good things, some bad things about the Army. One of the bad things that I found, you know the commercials that say, hey, join the Army, you'll get to see the world. What they don't say in the commercials is, join the Army, you'll get to see the South and the Middle East. That's about it. But one good thing I can say about the Army is it gives you plenty of stories. Like, just random ass stories that you would never encounter anywhere else in the world. One of which I will share with you people. I had a friend who was a sniper in Iraq, and he was telling me the story. He was pulling guard at the base that he was at. And so he's up on the wall, he's got his .50 caliber sniper rifle, he's looking through the scope, scanning his sector, and he comes across some dude walking out in the middle of nowhere with a camel, and he's like, all right, it's kind of suspect. Maybe he's out planting roadside bombs, I'll follow him. Well, the camel stops, the man stops. And he's like, all right, this guy's definitely up to something. Very suspect. Keeps watching him. Well, the guy does not pull out any bomb-making materials. What he does pull out is his dick, steps aside behind the camel, and just starts going to town on him. I know. Camel fucking joke, probably not the most tasteful, but it's really all I got. What are you gonna do? So he's looking through his scope at this guy just going to town on this camel. And he's like, it's kind of like a car accident. It's horrible. I shouldn't be watching, but I kind of want to see how it turns out. Well, 15 minutes into it, he's like, all right, I really got to scan the rest of the sector. Fucking people could be inside the base by now, for all I know. But still part of me wants to know how this is going to end. So what did he do? He loaded up a round and popped one right into the camel. I don't know if you've ever seen what a .50 caliber round will do to a camel, but it pretty much blows it to pieces. Now me hearing this story, my only thought was, how fucked up would that be to be the guy who was giving it to the camel? What if he finished right as that camel got shot? He's like, boom. By Allah, I'm Superman. If you like that, I have more tasteful jokes. Anyways, has anyone here seen Charlie Brown Halloween special?
Yeah.
Alright. This one's gonna be short, don't worry. Well, see, I was watching this the other day, kind of out of season, I'll admit, but you know, this is the episode where Charlie Brown and all his friends, they're going around trick or treating. All his friends are getting good candy. He's getting a bag full of rocks. Well, I couldn't help but connect this to my time in the Army as well, because it reminded me of right after basic training when we're all getting our assignments. You know, people there, they're like, I got Germany, I got Italy, I got Iraq. All right, I'm getting the lights up. I will get on stage. He was lighting me.
That was Ryan, his first time. And I can actually probably say that was probably the first fucking camel joke ever heard of Tommy T.
Camel fucking.